Hello and welcome back to English Pro Tips. So in today's lesson, we're going to be looking at 15 idioms to describe feelings. We're going to be looking at positive idioms and negative idioms as well. And stick around to the end because we're also going to be doing a quiz. Now, the first idiom is slightly more tricky. It can be positive and negative, and I'll show you what I mean. The idiom is beside oneself with and then a feeling. Okay, so if you say beside yourself with, it means that you're overcome with a particular emotion. And I'll show you what I mean. And we can say things like, when she got accepted to university, she was beside herself with joy. So it means that she's overcome with joy. She's very, very happy. But we can also use other adjectives or other noun forms of feelings. Things like anger, like this. I was beside myself with anger when I found out what he had done. Okay, what did he do? She was beside herself with anger. So I was beside myself, you were beside yourself, he was beside himself, she was beside herself, they were beside themselves. And then we've got with and then a noun. So anger, for example. Or he was beside himself with grief when she died. So a bit of a sad one there. Grief means sadness. Okay, a little bit about the form. We have beside oneself with noun. And we can put any noun here. Things like happiness, sadness, rage, excitement, worry. Okay, so this is a very useful idiom because it's an idiomatic way of meaning very, 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 and then a particular emotion. So beside yourself with happiness means incredibly happy. Beside yourself with sadness means incredibly sad. Okay, idiom number 2 is make my day. Okay, if something makes your day, it makes you extremely happy. Thank you for calling. Chatting to you really made my day. Okay. It really makes my day when my girlfriend brings me iced coffee in the morning. That's true. Okay, tell me in the comment section below, what makes your day? You can just write that below this video. Okay, idiom number 3. Thrilled to bits. Okay, it means when you are very excited and pleased about something. I was thrilled to bits when I got a band 9 in IELTS speaking. I wonder how many of you out there can say that. I was thrilled to bits when I got a band 9 in IELTS speaking. Or maybe you can say, I will be thrilled to bits when I get a band 9 in IELTS speaking. Okay. I'm thrilled to bits that you can come to my party next week. Okay, so that's a way of saying, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're coming to my party next week. She looked thrilled to bits when she got offered the job. So thrilled to bits meaning very, very excited and pleased and happy. Okay, can't thank you enough. Okay, this is when you want to show someone a lot of thanks. It's very typical when you want to be very polite or when someone has done you a huge favor. You can say things like, I can't thank you enough for all the help you've given me. I can't thank you enough for looking after my cat while I was on holiday. We can't thank you enough for all that you have done for us. Okay, so can't thank you enough is an idiomatic way of saying thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Okay, the next idiom, on top of the world. Okay, what do you think it means just from looking at this image? On top of the world means exceptionally happy. He was on top of the world when she agreed to marry him. The day she graduated, she felt on top of the world. So you can imagine that ecstatic feeling when you finally graduated from your university course. The second he left his horrible job, he felt on top of the world. So he's very happy to have left his horrible job. Okay, next idiom. means a lot to me. So you say this when something is very important and you want to show your appreciation. So often it's a way of saying thank you. Things like this. Thank you for remembering my birthday. It really means a lot to me. Thank you for all your help. It means a lot to me. It would mean a lot to me if you came to my birthday party next week. So we often hear this in English. It would mean a lot to me if, and then a request. It would mean a lot to me if you collected me from the airport. It would mean a lot to me if you came to my party next week. We often use it would mean a lot to me in these kinds of conditional sentences. Okay, next. A weight off my shoulders. So that is the feeling of relief when you no longer have to worry about something. So these are your shoulders right here below your ears. Imagine you've got an emotional weight on your shoulders. So right here, and then it's taken off. It's a weight off your shoulders. Suddenly you feel all loose and not worried anymore. Let's have a look at some example sentences. Passing the exam was a weight off my shoulders. When I arrived home and saw that I had turned the ironing board off, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. So imagine that you've gone to work, and while you're working, you suddenly think to yourself, wait a second, did I leave the ironing board on? So something that could potentially cause a large fire in your home. You get home and you see that you have turned the ironing board off. That's a weight off your shoulders. We can also say, thanks so much for agreeing to look after my cat. It's a real weight off my shoulders, meaning I no longer have to worry about who's going to look after and feed my cat. Okay, next one. Can't wait to. So we say this when we're very excited about something. I can't wait to see you. It's been so long. I bet you can't wait to open your presents. They look huge. So you might say that to a child at Christmas time, for example. I can't wait to introduce you to Sam. I know you'll get on like a house on fire. Right, you might be thinking, what on earth is get on like a house on fire? That's another idiom, and it means to become very good friends and to have a lot in common and to really enjoy each other's company. So to get on like a house on fire. I have no idea why. Okay, next one. Oh no, let's have a look quickly at the form. So we have can't wait to and then the infinitive. So can't wait to see you, can't wait to eat dinner, can't wait to get home. So a very useful idiom here for when you are talking about something that you're excited about. Okay, so we've looked at the positive idioms. Now let's look at some of the let's look at some of the negative idioms. So idioms that we use to describe feelings that aren't positive. Now here's a word I use a lot, shattered. So shattered is when you feel extremely tired and with no energy left. Okay, I stayed at the gym for too long. Now I'm totally shattered. So we often say things like completely shattered or totally shattered, meaning very, very, very tired. Are you up for watching a movie or are you too shattered? So do you want to watch a movie or are you too tired? And again, we've got a nice little phrase here. Are you up for watching a movie? So are you up for is like, do you want to? Are you up for watching a movie? Are you up for cooking dinner? Are you up for going for a walk? So it means, do you want to? But it's more informal. Okay, I'm too shattered to go out for dinner. Can we eat in? So eat in means to eat at home. Right, next one. Drives me crazy. Okay, this is when you get extremely annoyed by someone or something. The traffic jams in the city centre drive me crazy. Please stop making that sound. It's driving me crazy. Doesn't it drive you crazy when the teacher mispronounces your name? So my name is Eli, and teachers would always mispronounce my name. They would always call me Ellie. And my friend used to say, doesn't it drive you crazy that teachers mispronounce your name? But actually, to be honest, I don't really care. Okay, next one, fed up. So this means annoyed, unhappy, or bored, and we especially use it to convey when something makes us bored. Okay, I'm getting pretty fed up with this movie. Can we change to another? So you're watching a movie with your friends or your partner. You say, I'm getting pretty fed up with this movie. Can we change to another movie? I'm fed up with having the same routine every day. I want a holiday. So every day you do the same thing. You wake up at the same time, you do the same activities. You're fed up with that routine. It's time to take a holiday. Next, I'm fed up with you constantly complaining. Okay, so this is something that maybe a wife might say to a husband or friends might say to each other. I'm fed up with you constantly complaining. Okay, next one. Under the weather. It means feeling unwell. Okay, I don't think I can go to work today. I'm feeling too under the weather. So I'm feeling too sick to go to work. I wanted to meet up with my friends, but I felt too under the weather, so I went home. You've been under the weather for a few days now. Shall I call a doctor? Okay. So under the weather meaning feeling unwell, feeling sick. Okay, next one. Shaken up. Okay, so this means shocked and upset. I was shaken up when my girlfriend left me. It just came out of nowhere. So you were shocked and you were upset. Something surprised you and made you feel very sad. Are you okay? You look shaken up. So you might say that to a friend if you see that they're looking a bit worried or like they've just received bad news. We were all shaken up when the boss said that they would begin firing people. Okay, so the boss says we're going to have to get rid of some of the staff, and everybody gets surprised and starts to feel unhappy about it, so they get shaken up. Right, next idiom. Bored to death. And some people say bored half to death. So if you're bored to death, it means you're extremely bored, as I'm sure you can imagine. I don't know why you watched the entire film. I was bored to death after 10 minutes. The date was awful. He looked bored to death the entire time. So you go on a date with somebody and they're looking bored to death the entire way through your date. Not successful. The meeting was a complete waste of time. Everyone was bored to death. Okay. Right, now the last idiom is this. Cranky. So cranky means ill-tempered and easily annoyed. I'm not a morning person. Until I've had my first coffee, I'm incredibly cranky. So in IELTS, you very often get asked about whether you're a morning person or more of a night person, so a night owl. And you can say, I'm not a morning person. In the morning, I'm incredibly cranky, which means you get upset easily and you're ill-tempered and easily annoyed. You're cranky. Or perhaps you've got a sibling or a partner that you know is particularly cranky in the morning. He gets very cranky if he's had a bad day at work. Okay, that describes me perfectly. I get very cranky if I've had a bad day at work. If my child doesn't get a nap, she'll be cranky all evening. So maybe you've got a little baby child and they need to have a nap regularly, otherwise they get very cranky. Okay, it's now time for a quiz to test your understanding of the words that we've just learned. So these idiomatic phrases. And don't worry if you don't get them all correct this time. You can always come back and re-watch this lesson until you feel comfortable with these idioms. Okay, first one. I was thrilled to something when I found out that I had passed the exam. Okay, thrilled to, what's the missing word? What would you put here? Okay, think back to earlier in this lesson. It's thrilled to bits. So thrilled to bits means when you are very excited and pleased about something. So this person is thrilled to bits because they found out they have passed the exam. Okay, next. I need to get some sleep. I've been working all day and I feel totally something. Okay, so they need some sleep. So how do they feel? They feel very tired, exhausted. What's an idiomatic way of saying that? You can say shattered. I feel totally shattered. So shatter is when, for example, if you drop a glass onto the floor, it shatters. It goes into lots of different small pieces. So that's what shatter means. So if you are shattered, it's like you're so tired, you're in lots of different pieces. You're not whole. You're exhausted. Okay, so feeling extremely tired and with no energy left. Next one. She was shaken something by the news that her husband had passed away. So pass away means die. So her husband has died. So she's going to be feeling very sad and shocked. She's shaken up. So shake up means shocked and upset. Next. Thank you so much for the help. Thank you so much for helping me out. It really something a lot to me. So you're trying to show your appreciation. It really something a lot to me. It really means a lot to me. So if something means a lot to you, it's when something is very important and you want to show your appreciation. You say, thank you, it really means a lot to me. Okay. Please stop making that sound. It's something me crazy. Okay. So it's something me crazy. It's making me very annoyed. We can say it's driving me crazy. So drive me crazy means to get extremely annoyed or angry about someone or something. Okay, next one. I was something myself with excitement when I heard the news that you're coming to visit. Okay, so something with excitement. I was beside myself with excitement. So remember, we can have beside myself with and then any noun form of a feeling. So beside myself with excitement, beside myself with happiness or sadness. Okay, so it means to be overcome with a particular emotion. Next. Thank you so much for writing to me. Receiving your letter really made my... I'll give you three options. It could be hour, minute, or day. The answer is, of course, day. It really made my day. So if something makes your day, it makes you extremely happy. Yes, makes you extremely happy. Okay. I get really something in the morning if I've had a bad night's sleep. So you haven't had a good night's sleep, you didn't sleep well. In the morning, you're easily upset and easily annoyed. You are cranky. Okay, so if you're cranky, you're ill-tempered and easily annoyed. Let's continue. Next. I'm something up with living in the city. I want to live in the countryside. Okay, so this person is living in the city and they're kind of bored with it and annoyed. They don't want to live in the city anymore. They can say, I'm fed up living in the city. So if you're annoyed, unhappy, or bored about something, you are fed up with that something. Okay. I can't thank you for taking me to the hospital. I really appreciate it. So if you want to show your appreciation, you can say, I can't thank you enough. Can't thank you enough is used when you want to show someone how thankful you are. Okay, not many more to go in this quiz. Let me know how you're getting on. And especially let me know if you're getting 10 out of 15, 11 out of 15, 12 out of 15. And let me know which of these idioms are easy, difficult, or very useful to you. On with the quiz. I'm feeling under the something. I better see a doctor. Okay, so if you're feeling ill, you're feeling sick, you are under the weather. So I'm feeling under the weather, I'm feeling unwell. I can't believe we have to attend another meeting. I was bored to something in the last one. So meaning very bored, bored to death. Okay. extremely bored, bored to death, or bored half to death as well. I can't something to see you in August. It's been so long since we've met up. So this is the kind of thing that you would say on the phone or when you're writing a letter to someone. You'd say, I can't wait to see you in August, meaning you're very excited to see that person. Okay, last one. Thank you so much for agreeing to look after my dog while I'm on holiday. That's a real weight off my... Okay, a real weight off my shoulders. So if you have a weight off your shoulders, it's the feeling of relief when you no longer have to worry about something. Okay, I know I said it was the last one, but this is the last one. Since leaving my horrible corporate job, I've felt on top of the something. On top of the world. So if you're on top of the world, you're exceptionally happy. Now, one thing that I've been thinking about while I was preparing this lesson is whether these are idioms and phrases that we use a lot more regularly in British English compared to North American English. So what I'm going to do is call a friend of mine, a guy called Dan, who is from California but living in Ireland at the moment, and I'm going to ask him whether these are idioms and phrases that he hears, or maybe he uses, or at least he did use, or at least he did hear when he was living in California. Okay, so I'm going to just go on speakerphone and we're going to give him a call now.
Hey, Eli, how's it going?
Hello, Dan, how are you?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. So I'm calling you and filming at the moment, and I just want to run some idioms past you to find out whether you would use them or you think people in North America would use some of these idioms.
That sounds perfect.
Ideal. So the first idiom is to say beside, so for example, beside myself with happiness or beside myself with sadness. Is that something you would say or people in North America would say?
Beside myself with. So this would pretty much be like you're overcome with, say, an emotion, right?
Exactly right, yeah.
No, we wouldn't say that. Sort of going back in my mind here, I'd probably say I'm overwhelmed, or I'm a bit shocked, or I'm just overwhelmed in general. But beside oneself, I probably wouldn't say.
Oh, okay. And but you knew exactly what that meant. Is that just from hearing it in Ireland while you've been over, or is it something that you might have heard while you're in America, North America?
It sounds recent enough. I don't think I would have heard it back then.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's probably one that you hear over here a lot more. So what about the second one? We've got make my day. So if something makes your day, meaning it makes you feel extremely happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Would definitely say that back home.
Okay, so what kind of phrases or what kind of sentence would someone use that in?
Let's see. Let's say I'm having a rough day at work and someone offers to buy me lunch to make the day better. I'd say, "Oh, dude, you just made my day."
Okay, right. So
it would absolutely be like almost top choice for me to express that emotion too.
Okay, so you use "make my day" pretty regularly as well.
Definitely.
Okay, great. Okay, so first one, not so much. Second one, make my day, definitely in both in the UK, this part of the world, and also in North America. And so number 3 is thrilled to bits.
Thrilled to bits, 0% chance back home.
0% chance, okay. Okay, interesting.
Probably like the to bits part, that's a very, I think, Irish thing that I've heard, but yeah, less so in America.
Interesting. Is there something else that you would say instead of thrilled to bits, so meaning like extremely happy, extremely pleased?
I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I think it's probably just more basic, less colorful in the language.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
I'm off the walls. If that was going to be a phrase.
Right. Okay. Would people say off the wall?
I personally do. I think it might be a bit dated, but I do say it.
Right. Okay. Interesting. And what about the next one? We've got can't thank you enough. So for example, Dan, I can't thank you enough for accepting this call.
Yes. It's a bit. I think it's a bit formal, maybe like a workplace thing. But yeah, it's definitely. I'd say it's a bit more casual, and I'd say it in conversation. Say we'd say like, "Oh, thanks so much. You're a lifesaver," something like that. But yes, yeah, that would be a bit professional, I think.
Right. So you'd only really use it if you want to really emphasize how thankful in a professional setting.
Yeah. It's randomly enough, like maybe even what comes to mind is if I'm having like a very, very rough day and it's just like I'm on the edge of sanity and someone does something so nice for me, it's a bit like of a very emotional response to be like, I can't thank you enough. But yeah, that's kind of circumstantial, I think.
Okay, great. So the next one is on top of the world.
On top of the world, like in a happy sense, like I'm feeling on top of the world.
Exactly.
Yes, then I'd say absolutely yes.
Okay, great. And the next one means a lot to me. What about in North America? Would you hear that?
That means a lot to me. Yes, probably similar to the whole can't thank you enough side of things. A bit more, professional or formal. That means a lot to me.
Right.
Actually, no. I'd put that more in the category of a bit more casual as well.
Okay, so
I've definitely heard it a lot, but maybe wouldn't be so common.
Right. But you would still say it, for example, if a friend did you a huge favor, right?
Yeah, that means a lot to me, man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now I'm saying it out loud, a bit more casual. We definitely would be saying that.
Right. Okay. Maybe it was just hearing it with an English accent made it sound a bit more formal.
Maybe.
Okay. The next one, a weight off my shoulders.
Yep, definitely a common saying. Like, yeah, that's a relief. That's a relief to hear. It's weight off my shoulders. Yeah, definitely.
Right. And you could probably have that in a professional setting as well. When you just in the way that you said it, it almost reminded me of someone at work does you a favor and you say, "Oh, that's a weight off my shoulders," or "That's a relief."
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty ubiquitous phrase. Kind of said a lot.
Great. Okay. Then the eighth one is can't wait. So, for example, can't wait to see you. Can't wait to eat dinner. Can't wait to go home.
Yeah, this one's definitely back home. Actually, I get made fun of a lot in Ireland because we have like our Californianisms on this where you wouldn't say like I can't wait, but you'd be like, oh, I'm so stoked for this or something along those lines. But definitely still very common.
Okay, great. And this next one I know I use a lot, but maybe it's not so common in California. It's shattered.
Shattered. No, I think that's a pretty Irish/British thing. Yeah.
Right. To mean exhausted.
Yeah, we'd probably just say exhausted. Exactly. Or I'm wrecked.
Okay, wrecked. Right, that's a great one. And actually, I would say that as well. And I wouldn't be surprised to hear that in Ireland and the UK as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that one was. I don't know if that's something like was American televisionized and got over here, but that's definitely probably the top one. Aside with like exhausted or something like that.
Exactly. So I'm wrecked. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, drive me crazy. So it drives me crazy.
Oh yeah, I picture my mom saying this one to me directly. So yes, this one definitely is said back home.
So would she say something like, "Dan, you're driving me crazy"?
Absolutely, or if you're at work, like, "Oh, this freaking task is driving me crazy" or something like that. But yeah, definitely a common one.
Brilliant. Okay, next one. Fed up.
Fed up.
Fed up. Like for example, I'm fed up with getting so much homework, or I'm fed up with this song. I've heard it too many times.
Yeah, I've heard it a lot back home. I wouldn't say it's super common. Like, I'm tired of this, or like fed up just seems very sort of hyperbolic in a way. It's like it sounds a bit too dramatic when I say it out loud.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you would say instead, "I'm tired of this song," or "I'm tired with getting so much homework."
Yeah, I'm tired of this, or I've had enough, something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's also another idiomatic phrase. So to have enough of something.
I've had enough, exactly, yeah.
Okay, excellent. Another one here, and I presume this is a very British sounding one. Under the weather, to mean sick or ill.
It's like we would have heard it probably in some TV show or something, but yeah, we would just say I'm sick or I'm not feeling great.
Okay, so no under the weather then. And what about the next one? Shaken up. So to mean like when you hear some upsetting news, someone's just passed away and you're shook up or shaken up.
That phrase, again, doesn't sound very American or Californian. I'm trying to think of an example of something we might say. I'm shaken up.
Maybe like something like distraught?
Again, very formal. Maybe it's because I haven't had a lot of these shaken up moments in my life, maybe. But I don't see even defaulting to say like the sort of meme culture and be like, I am shook, but that's probably not perfect.
Sorry, what was that? You'd say I'm shook.
Shook. Yeah, that would be. It's like, I think that's more of like a millennial Gen Z thing even as well.
Right, like SHOOK, shook.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay. Well, I guess that probably comes from shaken up, so it's similar.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably some derivation of it.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, the phrase definitely sounds familiar, but I don't think I would have said it very often, or any of my friends as well.
Okay. So we've got two more. One of them is bored to death. No.
Oh yeah, definitely the one back home, definitely.
Right, okay. So you'd say, oh, this movie's awful, I'm bored to death.
Bored to death, yeah. It's again, so maybe like the expression itself, you would, say, we'd say like, oh, I'm so bored. Yeah, but that sounds perfect.
Okay, and would you ever say bored half to death? I've heard that a few times.
Bored half to death. No, I don't think so.
Okay, just bored to death then.
Yeah, bored to death. It's like, it's mind-numbing. It's something like that.
Oh, great. And then finally, I've got cranky as well. So for example, if you wake up in the morning and you're feeling cranky.
Definitely cranky. Yeah, that's very common, I would say.
Okay, great. All right, so it looks like it's about half-half. Some of them are particular to this part of the world, and some of them are also used regularly in North America. So thank you very much, Dan.
You're welcome, yeah. It sounds like probably only 3, 4, maybe 5 were just absolutely foreign, where some might have been circumstantial, but yeah, I agree with that. Great
stuff. All right, thank you very much, Dan. Great speaking to you.
Absolutely, thanks so much, Eli.
Great, okay, bye then.
Bye.
Okay, there you have it. Some of these are very particular to Britain, to Ireland, and others are used also in North America, as confirmed by Dan from California. Okay, remember, if you enjoyed this video, then remember to give it a like, click subscribe to be informed of future lessons, and check out EnglishProTips.com, where you'll find IELTS preparation courses and lots of bonus lessons to help you get ready for your IELTS exam. Bye then.